I've seen a lot of posts on YouTube for DIY homemade pedal boards. This is my take on it. It seems a lot of pedal boards are really overpriced for what they are. Generally, musicians are hungry and starving and broke and homeless. But yeah, really, you don't need the big $100 pedal board, which is just a slab of plastic, or the $500+ pedal board, which is a slab of plastic with an average power supply attached. It's not really worth it. This is my take on the DIY version. Basically all it is a classy old chopping board. Pretty high tech. It was originally white. I think I bought this one from Shopgo for $8 maybe. Comes with a handle. You can class that as a feature if you really want. Yeah, it does everything you want. It's basically a mount for all your pedals. All the pedals are just double-sided tape or double-sided Velcro. You can remove them, but honestly, they're not going anywhere. Has a bit of flex, but leaning on it pretty hard doesn't do anything. You hear the Velcro move, but nothing is moving. The money I saved on a proper pedal board spent on a good power supply. It's a Voodoo Labs 2 Plus, whatever they call it, which I was expecting just to be a supply, but it made a lot of my pedals a lot quieter, even some of the decent ones. Yeah, really can't go wrong with a good power supply, which seems to be what you're paying for in the bigger pedal boards. This one also is built like a brick, which is a bonus. I use that as the wedge to stand it up on an angle. So basically when you sit it down, it's solid. It's not moving anywhere. Doesn't budge. If you really wanted to, you could put rubber tape or whatever on the bottom if you're really worried about it moving on a stage or whatever. But yeah, it's a pretty small pedal board, but it works well, really. It's got enough effects which any decent guitarist should be able to do a basic show with. If you wanted a wah, of course, you'd have it separate. You want to keep it away from the power supply, keep it away from hum, but works pretty well. I put these two little bent bolt legs on, which I'm going to probably take off, thinking that it was going to flex, but it doesn't. The other bonus is, because it's your own pedal board, people think, well, you need a big road case. You don't. Let's admit it, we're not all touring musicians. So I found a good old bag at Classy Walmart. I think it's cost me $19 and it fits it fine. Well, it fits it fine now. I lopped the edges off this. Basically they weren't being used, there was nothing on them, there was no leads, no pedals. Lopped them off and it just makes it fit in the bag really nice. The wall wart can come off, fit in any pocket. Plenty of room for leads and mics and capos and whatever you want. Yeah, it works pretty well. Basically just cable tied down, bore a few simple holes in. If I can get it to show up. It's not super pretty, but it's not going anywhere. And yeah, it seems to work. Just really quick, the effects are just a tuner, compressor sustainer CS3, tube screamer TS808, Metal Zone MT2, decimator ISP, and a Eventide time factor. This little thing's just a little box I made up to control some functions of the time factor to make it nice and easy. But yeah, really can't go wrong. Another bonus of a cheap pedal board with a good power supply is you get a regulated 9-volt out with a socket, which is extremely useful if you have a high drain effect like the Eventide that draws more milliamps than the standard power supply can put out. So overall I think this cost me about $32 and a bit of my time, but it works. Hopefully that can help you out. Cheers.